Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live stream and welcome to day 16, is it, of the January transfer window. We are over 2 weeks in now and there is plenty of news to dive into, guys. We've got more reaction to the Trevoh Chalobah recall, more briefs of the sporting directors patting themselves on the back. We've got the latest on Marc, with Crystal Palace reportedly wanting £60 million for their captain. And according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are still actively looking for centre-backs this month, despite recalling Chalobah. Villarreal and Juventus are interested in taking Axel Disasi on loan. David Moyes, back at Everton, is interested in is a fan of Ben Chilwell and Carney Chukwuemeka. So we're gonna go through that, and we've also got surprise news that Brighton have expressed an interest in signing Tosin on a permanent transfer this month. And of course, the latest on the Christopher Nkunku and Matthias Tel transfer saga. So we have got loads and loads to dive into, guys. And welcome to another day at the circus that is Chelsea Football Club, people. We wouldn't have it any other way. We love it. It's kind of exciting, and someone is ringing me. I'm not going to answer. I'm going to quickly answer that. I'm just on YouTube, so I'll speak to you later. I'm back in 15 minutes. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Bye. Yeah. Right. Okay, guys. Yeah. Anyway, I've lost my trail of thought now on that. How inconsiderate. Anyway. Yeah. Day 16. Day on 16. And yeah, we've got loads to dive into, people. Anyway, big up to everyone that's locked in. Smash the likes, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you're new around here. About 15 subscribers away from 15.3k. That needs to be hit today. And I'm confident, guys, we are going to get it. And of course, how can I forget? We, of course, have dropped out of the top 4 now, which only a point behind, but we are now 5th in the table. So that's also a nice positive. But we're going to get things underway, guys. Let's begin with saying hello to a few people, and then we'll get cracking. Selling Tosin to Brighton would be a big mistake. As a Palace fan, you're not getting Guehi. I think the interest in Guehi has been reasonably long-standing. I think there was interest there last summer. You know. So we'll wait and see. I don't know if we're going to get Guehi, but there's certainly interest there from Chelsea. So Dodgers tweet saying Chelsea thought they were right to send Trevoh on loan. Yeah, but the funny thing about this is that the people putting the briefs out are the same are the sporting directors. So they're just briefing, patting themselves on the back, trying to make them look good. No one's buying any of that. So they thought they were right to send Trevoh on loan in the summer, and they were right to call him back. So do they also think they are right to freeze him out to force him out of the football club? Do they think that they were right to ban him from first team training facilities? Was it right to leave him out of the preseason tour for no reason? Do they think that was right as well? And so, yeah, absolute clowns trying to pat themselves on the back. We need outgoings. Yeah, no, outgoings hopefully will gather pace. Gyökeres, brother, Gyökeres not happening. Gyökeres not happening. Yes, afternoon. Yes, big up. I don't know who's dumb, us or the other clubs. We have 2 remaining loan spots, and they keep asking for loans. No, but 2 remaining international loan spots. So I don't know how many players are going to be going on an international loan, but we've got 2 international loan spots. So that's not that bad. Well, mate, we're going to dive into it and we're going to find out. No, mate, I don't know if that first bit's sarcastic, but I have very much, particularly yesterday, not pleased with certain things that have been going on. We're 3 points off 8th. Yeah, the table's looking very close. Chelsea briefing wages on Guehi. I've seen this story before with Osimhen and Elise. Yeah, look, we're going to dive into this Guehi stuff, but yeah, we have seen a similar thing before. It's very difficult to know what to believe at this stage. I actually don't know what Marc Guehi's wages are at Crystal Palace. If someone in the chat wants to find out what Guehi's wages are at Palace, then please do pop it in the chat and let me know. Yes, big up. Well, no, well, yeah. I mean, look, I've praised them for some good stuff that they've done, but also had to let them know that other shit they've done has been an absolute shambles. I forget that Win Stanley's never been a sporting director before. He was a scout. Yeah, I hear it. 60 mil, go for it. Well, let's wait and see. But let's start there, guys. Let's start there, because that's kind of the main news today so far, is that obviously there's been news about Mr. Marc Guehi and Sami Mokbel, who's very well connected with London clubs. Crystal Palace want a fee of around 60 million to sell Marc Guehi. Chelsea will shelve their interest if the asking price does not come down. Chelsea have a sell-on clause, which in essence means if they agreed at 50 million, he would only cost 40. So basically, you know, even if we agreed at 60, he'd cost 50. Is that the maths that we're going by here? If he agreed at 60, he'd cost 50. So what's the problem with agreeing at 60? Or do they want 60 outright? So we'd agree at 70 and it would cost 60. I don't know what the exact maths would be on that, but let's see what this is saying. Oh, it's a Mail Plus article. Why is everything behind a paywall these days? Fuck's sake. Let's have a look. Let's see what details there are, because I know we've recalled Chalobah, but Chelsea, according to Romano, are still actively looking at centre-backs this window. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if there's a deal there to be done and an agreement can be reached, then there's a chance, guys, that we could see another centre-back come through the door. But yeah, look, the asking price has clearly gone up because they know that we've got that sell-on clause. So any asking price for Palace, maybe knock about 10 minutes off. Not 10 minutes, sorry, knock 10 mil off for us because of that sell-on clause. But anyway, Chelsea's initial move for Marc Guehi stumbled owing to concerns over the overall cost of bringing a Palace captain to Stamford Bridge. Initial high-level talks over a potential return for Guehi, who started his career at Chelsea, were held in early January and have been ongoing. And today, Mail Sport can take you inside those discussions. So, guys, we are heading inside the discussions. Unbelievable news. It was established that Palace would look for a fee of around 60 mil for the England international, who has just 18 months to run on his contract. Well, considering he had 2 years to run on his contract in the summer and they wanted 65, he's now got 18 months left and they've knocked it down by 5 mil. This for Palace, right? If Guehi doesn't sign a contract extension, this is the last opportunity for Crystal Palace to get anywhere near any decent fee for Marc Guehi. And they think with 18 months left, the asking price just comes down by 5 mil. Nah, less of that nonsense. Guehi now, with 18 months left on his contract, a year left coming up this summer, that's a £50 million player, given the contractual situation. Given the contractual situation, that's a £50 million player in my eyes. There was a feeling that an offer of between 45 to 50 would have been enough to coax Palace to the negotiating table. Chelsea are well placed to launch a move for Guehi. In selling the defender to Palace for 18 million in 2021, Chelsea included a 20% sell-on clause and rights to match any transfer offer from a rival club. Crucially, the sell-on clause was viewed as a vital component in any move for Guehi, with a contractual quirk enabling Chelsea to effectively secure a discount on the defender's transfer fee. Smart thinking. Maybe that was when we had competent people at the helm in regards to transfers. That would have been negotiated, I'd imagine, by Marina Granovskaya, who wasn't perfect herself, by the way, either. But I imagine that was negotiated by her. So Marina Granovskaya would have negotiated that deal. What else are we? What else is this article saying? So that's clever, but it's not great that you sell someone and you go back and buy them for like over twice the price you sold them for. But it is what it is. For instance, if Chelsea had agreed a 50 mil fee for the 24-year-old, the Stamford Bridge side would have been entitled to a 10 mil discount. That, understandably, is not an ideal scenario for Palace, as they aim to get as much money as possible for their prized assets. While there are suggestions that Chelsea may agree to waive the sell-on clause to simplify negotiations, Palace's move to set an asking price not far removed from the 70 mil they demanded from Newcastle in the summer is likely to have factored in the discount. Despite the cost, Chelsea have given serious consideration to launching a swoop for Guehi this month, with the player believed to be aware of the interest in him from his ex-employer. Where I'm at with this so far is, guys, right, is that do we need this month Guehi and Chalobah? Because if we do make a move for Guehi, having recalled Chalobah, Marc Guehi's going to play. It's going to be Guehi and Colwell playing, and Chalobah's going to be a rotational option. But if you're going to bring two centre-backs in, another two probably need to leave. So maybe with the Tosin news and Brighton, which we're going to get onto, maybe that potentially makes sense. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe that potentially makes sense, people. Maybe it does. Maybe it does, guys. I don't know. With a year left, just wait till the summer. I mean, look, we could wait till the summer, but if they're set on Guehi being the guy, maybe we just wait it out till the summer. I don't know, but let's carry on with this. Despite the cost, Chelsea given serious concern. Trevoh Chalobah, who was on loan at Palace, emerged as a potential bargaining chip in talks between the two sides. Chelsea were keen to use Chalobah as a make-weight in any agreement for Guehi with a view to lowering the cash outlay. The Blues also raised the prospect of recalling Chalobah instead of fully pursuing Guehi. Obviously, we've called him back now. But in addition to the transfer fee, Chalobah included or not, well, he's obviously not going to be included now. Chelsea learned that Guehi's wages would be around 170 grand a week. Well, yeah, that there. If Guehi's wages would be around 170k a week, then yeah, that puts us out the picture, really. Now, could he earn that much money with a potential? Could we get that much money with a potential bonus with a incentivized wages if we do well? Maybe we could. Maybe we potentially could. He could reach that, but yeah, no, he's not going to get anywhere near that for base fee. Absolutely no chances of getting near that for base fee, people. But let's see what else has been. I mean, Guehi 170k. That's a madness. That is a madness. And it would make the centre back one of the best paid players at the club. Now, if Guehi comes back, you don't just go in and probably earn more than Cole Palmer. No, that's not how this works, brother. If you want to come back, then there's going to have to be an acceptance that those wages get reduced. There's going to have to be an acceptance that happens. 170k is mad. Chelsea have been open to selling players this month with a view to funding their interest in Guehi, with Renato Vega and Disasi among the defenders the Blues are listening to offers on. But ultimately, the cost of a successful move has proved prohibitive for Chelsea so far, with well-placed sources insisting the West London side will shelve their interest unless the asking price comes down. Relations between Palace and Chelsea are understood to have remained amicable, although Chelsea's decision to recall Chalobah has frustrated high-ranking officials at the South London club. Why has it frustrated them? That's something that we're well within our rights to do. That is something that we're well within our rights to do. So I don't know why Palace would be pissed that we've recalled him. We're well within our rights to do that. So yeah, that's a strange one in my book. A strange one. And then what else is it saying? Yeah, okay. So that's kind of it. So yeah, basically, Guehi is going to cost 60 mil. Chelsea are interested. They do hold an interest in him, but they're going to put their interest on the shelf and explore other options potentially if suppose it makes sense if we're going to do that. That maybe we explore other options. But I think 60 mil is steep, guys. I do think 60 mil is steep for Marc Guehi. I'm not saying he's a bad player, by the way, but I think there could be better options out there at that sort of price. That's my original thoughts. I think we could definitely do better. But look, if you could get a deal down, though, I'm wondering if that 60 mil factors in the 10 mil discount. because 60 mil would then mean 50, in which case that wouldn't be that bad. I think this 60 mil has factored in the discount. Now, I'm not saying that Marc Guehi is like a Virgil van Dijk type player. I'm seeing people talking about Van Dijk in the chat. But look, Guehi would definitely improve Chelsea. He'd make our defence better. He'd obviously, he'd be a quality addition to the squad. My thing would be is how much of a difference maker would he be? Would he go straight in and start? You would probably expect so. But I can tell you now, if we had a pool of Chalobah, Guehi, Fofana, Colwell, and one other, that would be pretty good. I don't think that would be bad at all. I'll be pretty chuffed with that. That wouldn't be too bad. But there's definitely something about Chelsea still looking for another centre back. Now, is that going to be this month? I mean, maybe it is. I mean, guys, look, if Axel Disasi goes, if Tosin goes, like, are we thinking that another centre back's required? It's tough to tell. It is tough to tell. But the fact that we're reportedly still looking is interesting. It is interesting. And this here from Romano here. I mean, guys in the chat, let me know. Do you think we need another centre back? By the way, do we need another centre back this month? Chalobah's come back. That makes sense. 100% that makes sense. Despite Chelsea bringing back Chalobah, I'm told Chelsea are still looking at centre backs in January. So still looking, that doesn't mean that someone is arriving necessarily. But if you recall Trev and then you go and sign someone else as well, doesn't that kind of make it pointless recalling him? I don't know. I don't know is my honest answer on it. I really don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, for me, we need to get a forward player in. So we've recalled Trev. We've kind of covered off that centre back situation. Let's just get on with. We've saved money at centre back this month. Let's go and put that money that we might have spent on Marc Guehi. Let's go and shove that towards getting a striker through the door. We have to do that. Yeah, Anselmino's not ready yet. He's gonna have to go on loan. No, I think Guehi probably is better than Chalobah. I would say that. We have 19. Yeah, we do. Anselmino, Argentine Aaron is not ready yet. That's been made clear. He will probably be going on a loan deal as well. But yeah, Marc Guehi, if the asking price drops, if we can get Guehi for 50 mil, that's absolutely the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it. Absolutely go and do it. So yeah, let's see. But 50 mil, I would do it. But Chalobah's not going to be playing in midfield, but he can play in defensive midfield, but he's absolutely not been brought back to play in defensive midfield. No chances that happens. But let's stick with centre-backs, right? Because there has been some interesting news that Tosin Adarabioyo is subject to interest from Brighton. Exclusive. Brighton have expressed an interest in Tosin, and that's coming from Mike Keegan in the Daily Mail with an exclusive that Tosin Adarabioyo is being tracked by Brighton. So Brighton have expressed an interest in Tosin just 7 months after Chelsea signed him on a free transfer. Mail Sport understand the Seagulls are keen on trying to tempt the 27-year-old to the South Coast in a permanent deal that could provide Chelsea with an almost immediate return on a relatively small investment. Well, there was no investment at all. It remains to be seen whether Stamford Bridge officials would sanction the move after contact was made. Tosin scored twice in the FA Cup win against Morecambe, and his form has improved. However, Chelsea have recalled Chalobah early from his loan spell at Palace. Chalobah has been assured he will start matches after the recall was triggered, while 18-year-old Josh Achimpong, who Tosin replaced on the bench against Bournemouth, is now viewed as a first-team player. Chelsea's efforts to land Marc Guehi are in the balance, with Palace not planning on bringing in a replacement for Chalobah. The situation with Tosin is intriguing. Fulham are thought to have paid City around $2 million in 2020, but his progression and Premier League experience would allow Chelsea to command a higher fee. Given the player arrived on a free, should Chelsea decide to sell, the move would have a considerable impact on the situation with regards to the top flight's profit and sustainability rules, and be seen by many as a smart piece of business. This, for me, right, the fact that if we were to do this, that to me would indicate, I know everyone passed PSR, but that to me, if we did this right and sold Tosin this month to Brighton, that to me would indicate that Chelsea are a little bit nervous, a little bit unsure whether they're going to be compliant with PSR moving forward. That would be my reading into the situation. Yes, you could make a big profit on him, but if they do it within 6 months, then that for me shows that maybe we're a little bit tight on PSR and stuff. So that would be my one concern. How much is Tosin worth? I mean, if we entertained this, how much do we think Tosin's worth? He was a free transfer. He's 27. What do we think? Do we think you could get 20 million for him? Is he a 20 million pound defender? I mean, to make a 20 million pound profit on someone in 6 months, that would be very good business. That would be very good business. But how likely do we think that is? I mean, I don't know. I mean, guys in the chat, what do you think Tosin's value is, and what price would you accept? I mean, for me, if someone come in with, if Brighton legitimately put 20 million on the table for Tosin, then providing he obviously you can't force him out, but providing he was up for that move, I think 20 million for Tosin would be very fair, considering he was free in the summer. 20 million pound move, for me, that's ticking boxes and that's making sense. And that, for me, as well indicates maybe why, according to Fabrizio, that Chelsea are still looking at centre backs this month, because maybe they're going to explore the option that Tosin is going to leave. But obviously we know Disasi's going out, but if Chelsea are still looking at centre backs, then one more would need to leave, and maybe Tosin's that guy. Maybe it is, but I would still. I mean, nothing would surprise me with Chelsea and the transfer window and just us in general. But I would look at it and think that I would look at it and think, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad piece of business, and nothing would surprise me. But I still find this very, very unlikely to happen. Maybe in the summer. I've said it before. I think I said it over on Chelsea Fan TV that I think Tosin will be gone. Tosin will just do one season at Chelsea. I still stand by that. I still stand by the fact that I think Tosin will be gone at the end of the season. Whether he goes in this month or not, I think Tosin will be gone in the summer. He was very much, in my opinion, an opportunistic stopgap signing, and a chance to make a profit, because whatever price you get for him, you make as profit. Yeah, this is what I generally think is the most likely thing to happen. So yeah, that's where we're at with with that one. Guys, we're 169 in the building, only 53 likes. Keep smashing that like button, people. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and I really appreciate it, guys. So that's that's as good a reason as any. You know, make me happy, people. Smash the like button. We're still 15 subscribers away from the big 15.3k. There's got to be a few of you in here who aren't subscribed. So please smash the subscribe button, guys. Get involved in the chat. Introduce yourself to the community. Let's try and get this to 15.3 today. But run the likes up as well. Let's get this to 100 likes ASAP. I would keep him. I would keep him this month as well. Unless you can definitely do a deal for Marc Guehi, I would keep Tosin this month. I don't really see why there's any need for us to cash in on Tosin unless there's a legitimate chance that we can go and get another centre back. You know, if there's a legitimate chance we can go and get another centre back, then yeah, fine. I don't have an issue with it. Hopefully we can max out Tosin. I'd say 25 is fair. Let's get bro. We're not getting 30 mil. 30 million pounds on a player that 6 months ago was free. We got to remember, guys, this is not like a top level defender. I think 20 million is very fair. Is very fair. And as I said, I think he'll be gone in the summer anyway. It will very much be a one season thing. I still wouldn't rule out Guehi this month. I really wouldn't. But yeah, obviously someone else needs to go. So with this Tosin news, kind of makes sense as to why Chelsea are still actively looking at centre backs. You know, we don't know if Renato Vega still could maybe leave, although that's not really, you know, centre back depth as such. You know, we would still need, you know, another option. We would still need another option. So I don't know for certain is the thing. I'm really not sure. Really not sure, guys. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I just think Guehi, our defense is pretty much completed. They can then just gel and mature over the next couple of years, subject to injuries. Yeah, look, if we had Fofana, Badiashile, Chalobah, Colwell, and Guehi as a five defensive options, that is very, very good. If we had a 5-man, if those were the 5-man options, I think that's great. I think that's absolutely great. Palace losing Guehi and Trevoh in the same window would be crazy. Yeah, it would be peak for them. Yeah, look, if you sell Tosin for 20-25 million pounds, and then you get Guehi in as a replacement, that's a significant upgrade. And I think one thing we have to accept is that our defensive recruitment recently has been really, really poor in terms of centre backs, because the two best centre backs at the club right now who are fit cost nothing, and that's Trevoh Chalobah and Levi Colwell. Those are our two best centre backs at the club, and yet we've spent, you know, 70-80 million pounds on centre backs, and they're worse than ones that we produced ourselves. That really needs to be looked at. How we definitely in certain areas we've got our recruitment pretty spot on, I would say, but in other areas we've got it massively wrong. And I think at centre back the recruitment we've got it massively wrong, and in goal and in the goalkeeper scenario we've also got that massively wrong. Massively wrong. So let's wait and see. You know, we have got it wrong. You know, you look back at it, you know, I think some of the winger signings, some of that stuff is great, but the centre-back recruitment has been shocking, absolutely shocking, and the goalkeeper recruitment and situation has been absolutely shocking as well. So we can't sit. We can sit here and praise certain things, but we also have to accept, guys, and acknowledge that at centre back and in goal, the recruitment and the money we've spent is an absolute mess. It is an absolute mess. That recruitment over over the past few windows in those positions. I just don't get it. I just don't understand how we're getting things. How are we getting things so wrong? How are we getting things so wrong? It just doesn't make sense to me. It just does not make sense to me. I don't know. I don't know what we're trying to. I don't know what we're trying to do. You know, why? Having so many on the books and still starting Sanchez weekend is mad. Yep. Bro, we're not getting a goalkeeper now. We're not getting a goalkeeper now. Yeah, the goalkeeper recruitment has been piss poor, and the centre-back recruitment in recent times has also been dire. It's been Kieran Dyer. It has been awful. There's no escaping it, guys. The recent recruitment at centre-back has been dog shit. And the fact that, you know, again, there was something else I saw as well. I think it was an article in The Athletic stating that, let me see if I can find it, saying that Maresca doesn't really fully rate Tosin. And maybe that now makes sense with this Tosin and Brighton links coming out. Let me find it. Yeah, this is it here. This is it here, bro. We're not getting Isak. Do you really think Chelsea are dropping 150 million on Isak? Come on, guys. Let's be realistic here. Chelsea are not dropping 150 mil on Isak. But this is it here. Enzo Maresca has not been entirely convinced by Tosin Adarabioyo or Axel Disasi. We obviously know about a Disasi situation, but it's interesting that Maresca's not really been that convinced by Tosin, and that's fair enough. I've not been massively convinced by Tosin. He's had some good moments here and there, but let's just say it for what it is that Tosin was signed really to be a fourth choice centre back, and that's what he is. He's played more than we would have expected, and probably more than we want him to. But if Tosin was just a fourth choice centre back, no problem. The problem is that he's been acting as a second choice centre back recently because of the injury issues that we've had. Now, if Tosin, I don't mind Tosin staying if he was legit a fourth choice centre back option and he was happy with that. I wouldn't have a problem with him staying. But yeah, he obviously isn't right now. But we can do better. We can do better. Maybe you'd be better off having Josh Achimpong as a fourth choice centre back. I don't really know, but I think in certain areas, guys, I agree with this. In some instances, we absolutely have just gone for quantity over quality, and now we're kind of paying the price for that. Guys, we're 188 in the building, still only 69 likes. Please smash that like button. Let's get this over 100. It should be light work, people. Someone in the chat, let me know when we're there. Petrovic, please. I mean, look, again, you got Georgia Petrovic on loan at Strasbourg. What's going to happen with him in the summer? We're probably going to have to sell him. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here, but it's very interesting that Maresca is not entirely convinced by Tosin. We're fully aware that he's not convinced by Disasi. It doesn't take a genius to work that out. But I always thought that Maresca didn't mind Tosin, quite liked him, but evidently he's not entirely convinced, and I don't blame him. I don't look at Tosin as a ball playing centre back, as someone that comes out with the ball from the back, someone that's good with the ball at his feet. Yes, he's got a physical presence, and yes, he adds some height, but Tosin's not exactly a defender that I would say suits the Enzo Maresca system. That just isn't the case. You know, yeah, okay, as a fourth choice centre back, no issue, but he's someone that can play in the Conference League and that, but he's not someone that you really want playing regular first team matches in the Premier League. That might sound harsh, but that's the reality of the situation. You know, that is the reality of the situation. Where are we now? So yeah, Maresca has not been entirely convinced by Tosin or Disasi. this season. With Disasi expected to leave before the winter window closes. We know that. So, yeah, look, I don't think Tosin is going to leave this window, but there's certainly, guys, there's certainly legs to this, and there's certainly a realization, guys, that there's an opportunity, I think. And I think we have to be straight up here, people. Tosin, for me, is only doing one season here. I think he's gone in the summer. The idea behind Tosin was squad filler, free opportunity in the market. You're guaranteed to make a profit. That's the situation that we're in. That's the situation that we're in. I think Tosin was just an opportunity in the market. If Tosin was 15-20 million pounds, Chelsea are not signing Tosin if he's costing 15 or 20 mil. Chelsea signed Tosin purely because he was free. And that's fine, because you look at opportunities in the market, no problem. But let's not pretend that Chelsea would have signed Tosin if we had to pay 15 or 20 million to Fulham. Absolutely no way, in my mind, were we doing that. The whole stadium moans every time Sanchez gets the ball. That makes all our defenders nervous. Yeah, maybe it does. Look, I've got... Yeah, look, I'm fully aware that that obviously Chelsea are we've got to remember, by the way, that Chelsea, like football clubs, are a business. Whether we like it or not, football clubs are a business. But it does seem that a lot of what Chelsea are doing right now in terms of transfer business is, rather than making improvements on the pitch, it's more orientated to making improvements on the balance sheet. And that's where it doesn't really sit particularly well with me. I was saying it yesterday. We don't want we don't want that. We don't want that. We've got enough potential signings to last us a lifetime in this squad. We need to go and address the areas that we need by bringing in players that are going to make a difference pretty much immediately in said areas. Now, if we can't do that, then it is a problem. It is a problem if we can't do that. Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear it. But yeah, that's the latest on that. And let's move on to Axel Disasi whilst we're still on centre-backs before we move on to the attacking options. Let me just find the Axel Disasi stuff, guys. Where is it? That's fine. We leave that and we leave that. Okay, let's get this up now, because Disasi is attracting interest. And if we can get rid of Disasi, that frees up space for another centre-back to potentially come through the doors. Just in from L'Equipe in France, Villarreal and Juventus have contacted Chelsea about a loan deal for Axel Disasi. I think we have to realise, guys, that we are not getting, in my opinion, a permanent deal for Disasi. No chance. We're not going to get anywhere near the money we paid for him. And, if it's a loan with an option or a loan with an obligation, let's go and do it. Let's just go and get it done. At this point, guys, we're over 2 weeks into the window. We just need to focus on getting bodies out of the door. We need these players to just go and be playing on a regular basis. So that is what, if that means loans with obligation, or if that means loans with options, or if that just means dry loans for players to go and play regularly, get themselves in the shop window, and then potentially boost their transfer value, then that is exactly what we have to do. So this, for me, makes perfect sense. If you have to send Axel Disasi on loan somewhere, you send him on loan. What is the article saying, L'Equipe? It's not just Christopher Nkunku who's attracting interest among Chelsea's French players this winter. Axel Disasi is expected to leave. The Frenchman and his club and the Chelsea have agreed to a loan departure. Most often lined up on the right of the Chelsea defence this season when he's not on the bench. Disasi, under contract until 2029, would like to play more regular minutes. Villarreal and Juventus have contacted Chelsea to try to move forward on the loan. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, look, if Disasi, by the way, if Disasi ended up at Juventus, I mean, talk about falling upwards, by the way. Talk about falling upwards, guys. If Disasi ended up at Juve, that would be a madness. Yeah, my man's on the contract until 2029. It was, what was it, 6-year deal settings. Yeah, I mean, when you look at some of that stuff and you think, we spent best part of 40 million quid on this guy, and he's not even going to last 2 seasons at the football club. It's just like, this is what I go on about, not making sense. You know, the recruitment side of things, just not making sense. I mean, guys, Chalobah was always better than Disasi, yet you exiled him and you spent 40 mil to bring in a player who was worse than a player that you already had. These are the things that just don't make sense, guys. And this is why I get onto these directors and stuff, because I praise them for when they do things that are good. But then you look at the things that, like this, for example, spending £40 million on a player who is not who's not better than one you've already got, and you're getting rid of the one that's better. That's mental. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's a really odd one. It is a really odd one. I don't fully understand it, but you know, obviously that's what they're looking to do. Obviously that's what they're looking to do. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front, guys. But it's just mad, isn't it? Someone you tried to force out 2 years ago, you know, and you actively tried to force him out again over the summer. You spent £40 million on someone to replace him, and now you want to bring back the player you tried to force out and get rid of the one you spent 40 million on. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys, because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. So yeah, I mean, look, it looks like stuff is starting to gather pace now in regards to outgoings. So let's just hope that continues. Let's just hope that continues, guys. We need that to continue. We've got to move some players on. If we can do that, then yeah, fantastic. If we can do that, fantastic. And look, Disasi actually done all right under Pochettino last season. Disasi actually done okay because the football suited him. But this style of football, we know, does not suit him. And that's why he's not been playing, because the style doesn't suit him. And there are players that are much better than him. That's the reality, guys. That is the reality. There are players that are much better than him, and the style doesn't suit him. So we need to move him on, and hopefully we will. What are you saying in the chat? We have to sign some players this window. Arsenal linked to Sesko, and we are doing nothing. No, look, we will do stuff. I think we will do stuff, guys. But yeah, obviously we do need to get. Look, we're not saying that things aren't happening, because I think things are happening. We're not obviously kept informed of everything that's going on. We're clearly not kept informed of everything that's going on. Guys, almost 200 in the building. We still haven't reached 100 likes. Please smash the like button. 20 more required. It really helps out more than you can believe. So yeah, please do that. All I ask for is one click of the like button. That's all you have to do, guys. All you have to do. That would be wonderful. That's all you have to do. One click of the button. And guys, we're 13 subscribers away now from 15.3. So if you could just click 2 buttons for me, if you haven't done that already, that would be wonderful. Let's get these final 13 subscribers knocked off to the 15.3, and let's keep pushing these likes up. Come on, people. Paul, they're going to sign young players. At the end of the day, our form started to drop as soon as Enzo came. No, it didn't. Brother, you are chatting absolute nonsense. What on earth are you talking about? Respectfully, what are you chatting about? Have you Enzo Fernandez? Have you watched over the last few games for us? You know, when he was on that run, and then even on Monday, even on Tuesday night, sorry, he put in a very, very good performance that went under the radar because obviously we dropped points. I'm not sure if this is actually I don't know if you're trolling or this is a serious opinion. This can't be a serious opinion. There's no way. There's no way someone is watching us and has come to that conclusion. It must be trolling. Must be trolling. Must be trolling. There's no way someone actually thinks that. It just can't be possible. Someone's saying there is a Fabrizio tweet. Let's have a look. Is there a Fabrizio tweet? No. Oh, yeah. It's about Disasi. It's about Axel Disasi. Let's have a quick look. No, for fuck's sake. So apparently there were active Juventus have inquired about a deal, and now they haven't. So there we are. No active contacts between Juventus and Chelsea for Axel Disasi, despite reports. Juventus have different targets, while Disasi has attracted interest from other clubs in different countries. Disasi is expected to leave Chelsea in January, as reported. So Fabrizio saying that Juventus are not in contact with, or there's no active contact. So they may well have made contact previously, but there is no active contact right now between Chelsea and Juventus for Axel Disasi, despite reports in France, in L'Equipe. So, yeah, the expectation is he still leaves, but it doesn't look like anything's particularly close in regards to a departure for Axel Disasi, which is a bit of a shame, guys. It is a bit of a shame. We have to be totally honest here. We need to get this moving, but there are clubs interested, and I think come the end of this window, Axel Disasi will be gone. He's not going to play for us. He was left out the squad Tuesday, so yeah, that's where we're at right now. No, no, not labeling a troll. I'm just saying that I just don't understand. All opinions are welcome in the chat, but I just don't understand how you can watch us and come to that conclusion. That's all. But if you think that, that's absolutely fine. I'm not gonna, you know, have a go at someone for having a different opinion. But I just do not understand how you've come to that opinion. That's all. I don't agree with that opinion, but that's your opinion. That's fine. No issues at all. And I want people to have different opinions in the chat. That's important. We don't want to all think the same thing, guys. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how someone can have that opinion. But that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. So anyway, that's the latest on Axel Disasi, guys. That is the latest on Axel Disasi. We are going to move on very briefly from centre backs in a second, guys, because I just wanted to clarify. And we're going to move on to Nkunku, and Tel. Arsenal's interest in Benjamin Sesko. Should Chelsea be looking to go in for Benjamin Sesko? We're gonna find out. Guehi, we covered that already. Palace reportedly wants 60 mil for him. Chelsea are going to shelve their interest unless the asking price drops. Let's wait and see what happens with that. Let's wait and see what happens with that one. Guys, 202 in the building. Big up to every single one of you that is locked in. We still need to tick over to those final few likes to get us over 100, guys. We need 3 more. That would be wonderful if you could just smash the like button. Doesn't take very long to do. And we need 10 more subscribers to the big 15.3. So keep hitting the subscribe button if you're new. Because I know there's some of you in here that are just lurkers. We don't want the lurkers. Come on, guys. Don't lurk. Get involved. Smash the subscribe button. Get involved in the chat. Smash the likes. Don't be a lurker. Because there's definitely some lurkers in here. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to quickly bring up some stuff, some behind the scenes stuff about the Chalobah stuff. and then we are going to move on. Trevoh Chalobah was reluctant to return to Chelsea to merely fill out the squad due to injuries. Maresca, Winstanley and Stewart offered him assurances that he would have a meaningful first-team role to play at Chelsea for the remainder of the season. Fair enough. And then on Chelsea recalling Chalobah, many outsiders view it as an admission of an embarrassing error of squad planning by Winstanley and Stewart, but that is not the way it's being perceived within the club hierarchy. No, of course it's not being perceived that way, because the same people that the criticism is being aimed at are the same people putting the briefs out. How interesting is that? How interesting is that? Guys that are getting criticised are the same guys that are putting the briefs out to pat themselves on the back. Yeah, we know how this game works, guys, and the game's up for you lot. The game is up for you lot. That is just incredible, really. Absolutely incredible. They're patting themselves on the back. They also believe that loaning out Chalobah in the summer was the right decision, and then recalling him early is the right decision as well. I mean, incredible. Guys patting themselves on the back for recalling a player they actively tried to force out of the football club. Never seen two more shameless individuals in my life. And that might be a slight overreaction, but these two individuals, Winstanley and Stewart, they have got absolutely no shame whatsoever. No shame. They are the most shameless individuals I think that have ever been at this football club. They must be the most shameless individuals that have ever been here. I can't think of any more shameless individuals than these guys. Like the delusion. I mean, people would have so much more respect for them if they were just honest. Come out and say, do you know what? We made a mistake. We got it wrong. We apologize. We've brought him back. Don't come with all this nonsense that you're coming with. Seriously, because you're just embarrassing yourselves, because everyone can see through this nonsense. So why do they keep doing it? Why do they keep doing it? It's just complete and utter delusion on their behalf. Complete and utter delusion on their behalf. Mate, I've not said any of that. We need to sign a striker. We need to sign a striker. Absolutely 100%. We need to sign a striker. So yeah, that's that on the Chalobah situation. You know, it's just incredible. You know, guys that are just patting themselves on the back and putting them out there. You know, it's mad. And do you know what they said as well, right? Hold on. Where is it? Chalobah and Maresca had positive interactions in his early days at Cobham in July, which made his omission from the squad that went on the pre-season tour of the States all the more shocking. That was a club decision based on his position in Chelsea's centre-back depth chart and transfer interest in him expressed by several suitors at the time. Let's have a quick look. And this was no one can credibly claim that this was the plan. No one can credibly claim this was the plan. But apparently, last summer, by the way, so just after Chalobah had been our best defender over the second half of the season, by the way, last summer, the evaluation of Chalobah was that he would be at the very least behind Colwell and Fofana. Yep, pecking order, with Badia Shil, new signing Tosin and Axel Disasi also competing for first team minutes. That fundamental evaluation of Chalobah has not changed. What has changed are the circumstances. So why did they let him leave if he was going to be behind Colwell and Fofana, which is fair enough? But why couldn't he compete? Why not get rid of Disasi in the summer? Why sign Tosin? You know, you could have just literally kept Chalobah and he could have competed with Fofana and with Badia Shil and Disasi for minutes, and the emergence of Action Pong literally doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's baffling. It is absolutely baffling, guys. I don't get it. But anyway, we're going to move away from that. We're going to move away from the Trevoh Chalobah stuff, and we are going to discuss the latest in the not in the Axel Disasi, sorry. We're going to discuss the latest in the Christopher Nkunku and Matthias Tel transfer saga. That is what we are going to be doing now. The latest in the Christopher Nkunku, Matthias Tel transfer saga, with Romano providing an update on that situation. On his YouTube channel last night. Guys, 114 likes. Good job, people. We can get more, though. We can get more. So let's run it up, people. Let's get this to 130, even 150 if we can, if that's what we have to do. And there's 8 more subscribers. Let's get those final 8 chalks off, guys. We are almost there. Smash the likes, smash the subscribe. So let's start with this then. So the conversation between Chelsea and Bayern over Nkunku is ongoing. But as of now, no progress has been made. It's difficult because Tel wants to continue at Bayern. He's not rejected Chelsea. So I'm not saying this is going to happen, by the way. But the key phrasing here is he's not rejected a move to Chelsea. But he said his dream is to succeed at Bayern. So fair enough. Nkunku's agent remains in talks with Bayern. Personal terms are not agreed, but won't be a problem. Waiting to see what happens next. So in this scenario here, that's where we're at. You know, Nkunku and Bayern are in conversations. Personal terms won't be a problem. Chelsea's valuation will probably be an issue. But yeah, you know, Nkunku and Tel would be 2 separate transfers. But a fair play to Tel, because clearly he's dead set on being a success at Bayern. He come off the bench, I think, last night, and he got an assist for Bayern. So yeah, I look at Tel, and I think he's a player that's got enormous potential. He's someone that can play off the. He's predominantly plays off the left, but can also play through the middle. So Chelsea obviously like that versatility. But right now, for me, that's not the answer. It's just not the answer, guys, because it's not moving the needle for us. We're not. We're not a daycare center. We're not. Maybe we are. Maybe we are. But yeah, we can't be looking at another scenario where a 27-year-old experienced player in Nkunku leaves and then Matthias Tel comes in as the replacement. That's not really. Yeah, this is basically it. It's like I like the interest, but I'm not interested. Basically, you know, it's not you, it's me sort of thing. That's basically what this Matthias Tel situation is right now. But look, that could maybe change. I don't know how hard Chelsea are going to push for Matthias Tel. I don't know how hard Nkunku's going to push to leave. But what I do know is that it's not going to be, if Nkunku does leave and Chelsea obviously are looking to move Nkunku out, if possible this month, then another attacking signing needs to come in. Who that attacking signing is going to be, I don't know. You know, do we go back in for Liam Delap? You know, I say back in. Do we push harder to go for Delap? Maybe we made. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's what we need to do. Go in for push hard for Liam Delap, because right now, if Matthias Tel is obviously clearly not asked about joining us, so maybe we just need to accept defeat on that, and we need to go and explore another option. And what that option is, I don't know right now. I don't 100% know right now, but his style of play is consistent and energetic. Feels he's a legit baller. Just put him in a top draw side and he'll push on. Is that in regards to Tel? Someone's saying that Tel's not even a starter. No, he's not a starter because he's got Jamal Musiala and Harry Kane ahead of him. So please forgive me that Matthias Tel is not a starter at Bayern Munich. Because yeah, he's got some very, very good footballers in front of him. But that's the latest, really, is that this is a difficult deal to do. And really, if Chelsea are gonna want that's what we're going to be looking for. That's what we're going to be looking for. That's what we're going to be looking for. I'm just going to some breaking F1 news, but that's not particularly interesting for any of you lot. But yeah, anyway, yeah, look, Tel's not a starter. I'm fully aware that Matthias Tel is not a starter, but you know, he's a good player. Would I be happy with Matthias Tel coming in? I don't know whether I would be. I wouldn't be unhappy. No, I wouldn't be unhappy. As I've said, I just don't know. I just don't know how many boxes it ticks. Yeah, yeah, you do wonder what Nkunku wants to do at Bayern. I wouldn't. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. The F1 news is that Aston Martin are pursuing a move for Max Verstappen. That is the breaking F1 news. They are pursuing a move for him, for Max Verstappen. If anyone's interested in F1, let me just quickly find what I'm looking for. Oh, this is so slow. So slow. Let me just quickly sort this out. Anyway, let's move away from that shit. He's not a starter, no. No, not this won't be. This is not for the coming season. This will be for 2026. So yeah, it probably will be to replace Alonso. I don't know for certain, but yeah. Anyway, they're plotting a move. But yeah, look, this is the latest now. Look, Chelsea need to get rid of Nkunku this window for any attacker to come in. But I think it's in our best interests for Nkunku to leave because he's clearly checked out. You know, unused sub on the bench again on Tuesday night. You know, Romano saying personal terms aren't agreed. I suspect they probably are. I suspect they probably are. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting, people. That is gonna be interesting. Yeah, KDH to Ferrari, guys. But yeah, so that's what so that's where we are with that, is that Bayern and Nkunku's agents are in contact with Bayern. Matthias Tel hasn't rejected Chelsea per se, but he wants to succeed at Bayern. So this one for me, if anything does happen with Tel and Nkunku, it's going to go right down to deadline day. I think that's how we can I think that's how we can interpret it. That's how we can interpret this one. But talking of forwards, right? There's news today that Arsenal are targeting RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. Let's have a quick look at that. This is from Sam C at United Stand. He's actually got quite good contacts. So, apparently, let's just bring this up on the screen now, because Chelsea looked at Benjamin Sesko last summer as well, and there's still believed to be interest in Sesko. But according to Sam C, Arsenal are in talks with RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. Told Arsenal want a loan with buy option. Leipzig want money up front or an obligation. Understand Arteta has spoken with Sesko on more than one occasion. Now, again, Benjamin Sesko, different profile, different frame to Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, look, people are saying that they want him to. People are saying they want Benjamin Sesko. Oh, for fuck's sake! We're gonna chin that, and we're gonna do this instead. Christian Falk in the last CF Bayern in 2:06 p.m. That's 1 minute ago. Chelsea are still in talks to sign Karim Adeyemi in the summer from Borussia Dortmund. Napoli are also interested for a transfer this winter, but Dortmund would demand a high fee. A deal is rather unlikely. Why are we still in conversations for Karim Adeyemi? That I just don't get that. Why are we still in conversations for Adeyemi? This is something that doesn't seem to be going away. Why are we still in these conversations? Look, Adeyemi's got pace, but he's not exactly tearing up the Bundesliga at Dortmund. I mean, I'm at a loss as to why we're targeting that sort of player. Like Adeyemi is like Adeyemi's not what we need. He isn't what we need, guys. I mean, how well is Adeyemi even doing at Dortmund this season? How well is Adeyemi doing? Let's have a look what Adeyemi's doing. He's only 22. I get that. So there's probably some potential there still. You know, and he could develop. Of course, I'm not writing that off. He's got 6 caps for the German national team. For the German under-21s. He's not capped at senior level, I don't think. Well, not according to transfer marks anyway. So this season, Adeyemi in all competitions, 11 appearances, 5 goals, 5 assists. So 10 GNA and 11 appearances is not bad. 5 GNA, so 3 assists, 2 goals, and 8 Bundesliga appearances. Interesting. But if we're going for anyone, look, the numbers aren't actually that dreadful this season. But if we are going for anyone, then we need to be going for Gittins. If you're looking to bring in an attacking player from Dortmund, you go for Gittins. Why we would be looking for anyone else? I don't understand it. Like why is there still interest in fucking Chelsea is still in talks to sign Karim Adeyemi? Why? That would be my only question. Why are we still in talks to sign Karim Adeyemi? That's what's not making sense to me, guys. We're still in talks to sign Adeyemi. Why? You know, this is not what we need, guys. This is not what we need. The geezer's not a centre forward. This is not what we need. Guys, what we do need though is another 25 likes to get to 150. There's still 200 in the building. Let's get there. Let's get to those extras. Let's get to those 200 likes, guys. 150 likes, sorry. Still 200 in the building. Smash that like button. Let's get this up there. And guys, there's still 8 more. Is it 8 or 7 subscribers we need to the 15.3? It's 7. Guys, there's still 7 of you in here that haven't subscribed. And there's definitely some non-subscribers that are tuned in now. Please smash the like and please subscribe. Let's get to 15.3. I don't want to confuse. Yeah, I don't really see what we're looking at here. I want a striker, so we'll have better. Yep, agreed. Club direction is buy young, sell triple value. Bro, it's very hard to disagree with that. Very, very hard to disagree with that. Yeah, it would. Well, exactly. We've got Esteval Willian incoming. Are we maybe looking at a situation where, you know, obviously with the Mudryk situation, does Adeyemi, is he a left-sided player? Yeah, he can play left wing, predominantly left wing, but can also play through the middle and on the right. I do hope they're not looking to sign like a hybrid player that can play all across the front line. We need a proper centre forward backup. I mean, Adeyemi is yes. Adeyemi is not a centre forward. Please tell me we're not buying like a versatile forward player to be an alternative striker option. We've got to stop taking shortcuts and we have to go for a player that is an actual striker and is actually going to make a difference. No. Chelsea, we could sell some goalkeepers. That would be fantastic. Adeyemi is a completely different player to Nicholas Jackson, but yeah, he's not a striker. This is the issue, guys. He's not a striker. So yeah, I am irritated by that. You know, it's annoying. It is annoying. You know, but it's not for this window. It specifically says that we're in talks for the summer, whereas Napoli, who've obviously lost Kavic Kvaratskhelia, are looking for a move this window, potentially. So yeah, that's that. But let's get back to this Sesko stuff, guys, because Sesko is an interesting one. It's someone that Chelsea looked at in the summer. It's someone that Arsenal looked at in the summer as well. He obviously decided to extend at RB Leipzig, but obviously with an acceptance that he was going to be let go next summer, obviously, as in this summer here. So So we will wait and see on that. So we will see. But I mean, we need a striker. We need a striker. I don't want links to any more wide players. We need a fucking striker, guys. We need a striker. At this point, there's an acceptance that we're not going to get a big name. That's just the reality. So I would absolutely take Benjamin Sesko, but I think the most realistic option for us guys is going to be Liam Delap. It's going to be Liam Delap. But what I would say is, right, let's be honest, right? Sesko and Delap, different players. But if you're going this window and you need someone to make an impact, Delap is more Premier League ready than Benjamin Sesko is. Would Sesko suit us more than Delap? I don't know. But look, if you can get Liam Delap this window, you have to go and do it. I don't know, Delap or Sesko. I would probably just edge towards Delap more because of he's done it in the Premier League. I think the profile maybe suits us slightly better. So I would probably go Delap. But I'm not entirely sure. I would go on Delap. Look, both are a gamble, by the way. Sesko and Delap are both gambles. That no doubt. So yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? So we'd be putting our pants down if we signed Delap this window. No, I don't think we would be though. Look, let's think about this, right? Delap. So Ipswich paid 20 mil for him in the summer. Let's say that obviously factor in the importance to Ipswich, factor in the January window, and factor in his form. I think you could say that in 6 months, Delap's price has probably doubled. So that's £40 million. Add in 10 mil English/January tax. I honestly think you could do Delap for 50 in January. That's a £30 million profit on a player in 6 months. If you could do Delap for 50 mil, you go and do it, in my opinion. I don't know what we're waiting for. Why don't we just go and slap 50 mil down on the table and see? Look, bro, they're both apples. They're not apples. They're both gambles. Look, most transfers are calculated. Unless you're getting Lionel Messi or Ronaldo, most transfers are calculated risks. These are Sesko and Delap are slight gambles. They are. They absolutely are because neither of them are proven players, and you don't know how good they're going to become. So Sesko and Delap are gambles. You could argue they're calculated gambles, but they are no doubt a gamble. And I would rather go with guys with Delap over Sesko. But either of them I would be happy with. But if I had a choice, I would go with Delap. If I had the choice. So yeah, we will wait and see on that. But if I had a choice, I would be Delap. But Delap or Sesko I'd be happy with. But ultimately, we need to bring a striker in. Bring me a striker, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Bring me the striker. Bring them to me. Because that is what we need. That is exactly what we need. Bring me the striker, people. Bring. That's it. Bro, Duran, we're not getting Duran for 70 million. Villa aren't even open to selling Duran this month. So yeah, no chance are we getting Duran. Absolutely no chance. For me, it's Duran. It's Delap or Sesko this month, if anyone. But that's what we've got to be looking at. Delap or Sesko this month. You know, Xisco's talented for sure. Absolutely. You know, Delap's got something about him. You know, he's a bit of a bully. He roughs up defenders. He's not prepared to. He's prepared to get stuck in. You know, get aggressive, make contact. You know, Xisco has got a lot of quality, but maybe he doesn't quite have that up in your face roughness that Delap has, and maybe I think that might suit us a little bit better. But either way, someone needs to come in, and someone needs to come in very, very soon. No denying that. Absolutely no denying that. Someone needs to come in very soon, but it cannot be fucking Matthias. It cannot be fucking Karim Adeyemi. It can't. It literally cannot be Adeyemi. It needs to be someone who's got something about them. For sure, needs to be someone that's got something about them. We have missed that. Delap's got a touch of the Diego Costa about him in terms of that specific attribute. In terms of that specific attribute, Delap has got a touch of the Diego Costa about him. You know, and I think Delap's the perfect profile we're looking for, guys. Delap is absolutely the perfect profile that Chelsea are looking for here. So, yeah, if it was down to me, I'd be slapping the money on Ipswich's table for Delap. But I'm not sure whether we are going to do that or not. Have we been in conversations? You know, we're over 2 weeks in now. You know, a deal of that magnitude would probably take a little bit of time to get done. So I'd like to think we would be able to. We're at least exploring it. I'd like to think we're at least exploring it. So let's see. And by the way, I just want to go back to this Karim Adeyemi thing as well. Delap has got the face of CSC all over him. He's going to be England's top man for the next few years. He'd be perfect fit for our journey. Yeah, look, the Delap signing ticks so many boxes and makes an awful lot of sense. It makes an awful lot of sense. There's absolutely no denying that. And he's open to the move. Ben Jacobs has reported that. I think it's well known that Delap is open to a move to Stamford Bridge, but a deal in January will be difficult. But I just wanted to go back to Karim Adeyemi. One, why we're looking at this guy, because we don't need him. And secondly, look at this guy's... The guy's 22. Look at this. Injury history for Karim Adeyemi. The guy's 22. Welcome aboard, brother. NHS FC. Mental. Absolutely mental, that is one page of injury history, and the guy's 22. I mean, yeah, that's mad. That's something that we've got to steer clear of, people. That is something we 100% have to steer clear of. So yeah, that is a hard swerve from me. Like it's a hard swerve when people were talking about Ronald Araujo. You know, they've got to stop signing these players that have got extensive injury histories. You know, that's what we need to stop doing. You know, a little clap for we'd be doing a little lockdown throwbacks, guys. It would be clap for the NHS when we're clapping for these guys that are always fucking injured. So yeah, we need to steer clear. We need to steer clear of that. Xisco or Delap, how likely either to happen, I don't know. But what we do know is, guys, that the chances of either one of those guys coming in is going to be dependent on Christopher Nkunku leaving. And I wonder if we'll even go for a forward straight away until Nkunku's left. You know, maybe we're looking to get Nkunku out first so we can move for a forward. I don't know. I really don't know. You know, but one thing that does go very well for Xisco over Delap, by the way, Xisco's ball striking is an absolute joke. An absolute joke. I don't know if you guys have seen that clip from the goal that he scored the other day. The guy's ball striking ability is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous, the ball striking ability. It really is something to behold. Guys, 9 likes needed, and we are on 141, 191, 193 in the building. Sorry, 141 likes. Let's get this to 150, guys. 9 more likes required. There's definitely 9 people that haven't smashed the like button. So please do smash that like button. It's free and it takes seconds. Run it up, people. Let's get this to the 150. Are we progressing on the... Yeah, we are progressing slightly on the subscribers. We need 6 more, guys. 184 in the building, 6 more subscribers. I'm sure we can do that. But yeah, let's get this to 150 likes. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're closing in on 15.3. And I would be very, very grateful for it. Yeah, no, Delap can absolutely twat a ball as well. I'm just saying that Sesko's ball striking ability is something else. It is something else, guys. But yeah, let's have a look if there's anything else to go through. I'd pay 60 mil for Marc. Fair enough. I don't think Chelsea are prepared to do that, which is why we may be exploring other options. But yeah, let's see if there's any further news that has come through about anything. But yeah, we've obviously done. I think we've done. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything. Is there anything else coming in? Anything else coming in? Any other news that we need to cover? It doesn't look like there is. Yeah, Osman's a good finisher as well. I don't personally fancy John Duran, but he's there, so we can grab. Bro, he's unfortunately he's not available. We're absolutely not in for Rashford. Absolutely not. There is nothing credible linking Chelsea and Rashford. Not quite convinced on Delap yet. TBF, he is more of a hard hitter than a clinical finisher. Yeah, Delap's still got room for improvement. Of course he does. Of course he does. He's still got room for improvement, guys. That is abundantly clear. Yeah, that's for the summer. I don't like how we're consistently linked with this guy. I don't get it. But there we go. Guys, I'm going to round this one out. I need to get some lunch. Need to get back to work, unfortunately. But big up to everyone that has tuned in this afternoon. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Big love to you all, guys. The support means a lot. Make sure on the way out you are smashing that like button, guys. Let's get this over 150 likes. And please hit the subscribe button as well. We need 6 more subscribers for 15.3. Let's get those on the way out. And let's get over 150 likes. It needs 1 more like. So someone smash the like button. And yeah, look, guys, I'll be back later on today if there's any further major breaking news. But if not, people, we will return tomorrow, 1 p.m. for the latest installment of what Chelsea's transfer news. We'll be back tomorrow, day 17 of the January window, 1 p.m. I might, as I said, if there's any major news tonight, I'll be back. But it's unlikely, although with Chelsea, you never know. So yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Big love for the support as always. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will catch you lot day 17 tomorrow. Up the Chelsea and peace.